Hey guys, Metal Driver here, finally finishing up the Unmatched Series 4 reviews. And the reason why it took me so long to take a look at these figures is because I was waiting on that championship belt, as you can see down there. That is a custom TBS belt that my wife made. Now if you watched my last video that I uploaded, which was the Ultimate Edition Series 14 Roman Reigns and Jeff Hardy, I showcased the first belt that my wife finished off, which was the Universal Championship belt. If you haven't seen that video, go watch that. But yeah, that was the first belt she finished, but that wasn't the first one she was working on. She's been working on the TBS belt. Took her a little bit longer than expected to make that. That's why I waited on reviewing these. So I'll be showing off that belt, showing how that looks with Jade Cargill. So you guys already know what the boxes look like. They're the same as the previous figures, and I'm pretty sure you've already seen reviews of these too. Which, hey, I'm not upset. This is an open relationship. You're free to see other videos and reviews. So long as you keep coming back to me, I'm fine. I'm secure with myself. I'm not jealous. Anyways, with that, all that out of the way, let's go ahead and open these up and take a closer look at Cody Rhodes and Jade Cargill. And here we have Cody and Jade out of the packaging. But before we take a look at the figures, let's look at the accessories that they come with. Looking at Cody's accessories first, he comes with a pair of fisted hands, an AEW microphone. It is warped, but it feels a bit stiffer than the one that came with CM Punk. The AEW logo looks pretty good, painted well on all four sides. And then he comes with a second head scan, which is a smiling head sculpt. We have seen this many times before. It's not brand new, but it is painted pretty well. The teeth look good. The eyes look pretty good for the most part. It looks like the eyebrows are a bit misaligned on the paint, but it's not too egregious. The sculpting is good. Nice blonde color for the hair. So again, we've seen this before, so if you have any of the other Jazzwares Cody figures with the alternate head sculpts, you should know what you're getting with this one. And then the only accessories that Jade comes with is a pair of fisted hands. So no entrance gear and no TBS championship belt. Fortunately for me, I do have a custom championship belt. As I mentioned, my lovely wife made this herself, handcrafted. So if you are in the market for one, she is launching a website very soon. So she will have this belt up on that site. Taking a closer look at the main plate. It's got some nice detail here, so you've got some gold, silver background. It's got nice sparkles. The TBS logo looks really good. It is missing the AEW logo up here, so I think she's going to fix that. Here's a closer look at the side plates right here. So nice shine, very sparkly. So I'm excited, because who knows when we are going to get an official one from Jazzwares. It may be a while, so in the meantime you can pick yours up. So here are the buttons here, nice and spread out, Velcro right there, so you're able to put this around Jade's waist. Alright, so let's go ahead and wrap the belt around Jade, Velcro it back here, and yeah, that looks really good. A perfect fit for Jade Cargill, a belt that looks excellent on her. Now I will say that the belt is maybe a tad bit on the big side, but aside from that, really awesome. It looks fantastic. So being that this is a first belt, there will be improvements. But again, my wife handmade this. She'll be making more. Her website's going to be called MKE Joy Customs and Designs. If you're interested in your own TBS Championship belt for your Jade Cargill, check that out. It's an amazing looking custom belt, but I'll fully admit I am a bit biased. Then take a look at the head sculpt on Jade Cargill, and this looks really good. I am pleasantly surprised because it seems like lately Jazzwares, with some of the past few series, both in Unmatched and Unrivaled, some of the head scans have been hit or miss. I think this one's a hit. It's got a pretty good likeness to Jade. The paint came out very well. The eyes, the eyebrows, the lips look really good. I like how one eyebrow is slightly higher up than the other, kind of giving off that Jade attitude. The hair is this nice bleach blonde look, this platinum color, so that looks really nice. Sculpted pretty well, so really good. Definitely has a really good likeness to her from the side, on both sides, so I'm really happy with how this head scan turned out. And then look at the head sculpt that's already on Cody Rhodes. This again is not brand new. We have seen this before. And mine is painted okay. It's not exactly aligned perfectly, but it's not too horribly misaligned. The eyes look pretty good, so do the eyebrows, the teeth. The lips are painted well. Now, Ringside did post this picture of Cody, of this figure, wishing him a happy birthday last month. Someone left a comment under that post saying, "That ain't Cody, that's Coach Buzzcut from Beavis and Butthead." And I never saw it, and yeah, it does kind of look like Coach Buzzcut a bit.
We're gonna be talking about the penis!
Yeah, now I can't unsee that.
The penis!
Does look pretty good from the side. On both ends, hair sculpted nicely. Pretty much the same as the other head sculpt. Same color hair, obviously. You can see a little bit of the neck tattoo right there, painted pretty well. And then looking at the body, it is nice that we have a suited body. So I know collectors have been asking for one for Cody. We kept getting his ring attire. Now we've got a suited one. So this one has a longer jacket. Would have been nice if it was a shorter one, but I think it's fine. Sculpting on the coat looks really nice. Buttons right here. Pretty good sculpt work right there. Looking at the back, looks pretty well done for a plastic coat. Not too smooth. You got the creases there. Then looking underneath, you do get to see his suit. Buttons here, tie, a little bit of fuzzy work here on the white part. And then, I do believe you can take this off. And yeah, there you go. Doesn't look too bad. It doesn't match up perfectly, but I think it looks pretty good. Lower body, you see a belt right here, painted pretty well. Good detail right there. Get some back pockets. Some nice creases on the pants, since these are fancy slacks. So good sculpt work there, going all the way down to the calves, and some nice loafers right here. Some nice shoes. Some good detail there, so that looks really good. Then look at the body on Jade. She has a nice top right here, sculpted pretty well. Good paint. I don't see anything that's major as far as mispaint goes or any fuzzy work. Same thing on the straps right here. And look at the back, that looks really nice. Good detail there. And then I want to say I appreciate the body or the torso that they chose. It's nice and ripped. She's got her abs defined right here, so that is really nice. So I'm pretty certain this is a brand new body just for Jade. So I'm glad they didn't go the lazy route and give us an old or previous used body, because Jade does have a unique physique, and her figures should be unique. Now, I will say that the arms look a little bit thin. They should be a little bit thicker, a little bit more muscular, because as I said, her body is unique, and she does have some big biceps and toned arms. But I do like the hands that they included, so it's perfect for her pose that she does in the ring and on the ramp. Looking at her trunks, same design as the top. Good paint there, nothing sloppy or mispainted. Looking at her backside, same thing, and yeah, they did make her pretty thick back here. And speaking of thick, she's got some big, strong looking legs, so this looks really nice. Some good detail on the knee pads with her logo, which is painted well. Pretty crisp and clean looking. Then she does have these tan boots with that same logo, so very good paint work here. So overall, I'm really pleased with how the Jade Cargill figure turned out, so this is really nice. Going over Jade's articulation, her head is on a ball joint, and I do believe there's a hinge there. Looks that high up, so a little bit limited due to the plastic of the hair. Does look that far down, so that's a great range there. Does turn side to side, and not really tilt that much. Shoulder goes that high up. Rotates all the way around. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows, excellent range. A swivel and a hinge at the wrist. She's got a ball joint at the upper diaphragm, so she crunches that far forward, goes that far back, turns pretty decently, and tilts very well. Waist swivel. Legs go that far out, so that's a pretty good range there. Her legs go that high up. There is a thigh cut. Double jointed knees. A cut at the top of the boot. Ankle goes that high up, that far down, and she has some pretty good ankle pivot. Then going over Cody's articulation, head is on a ball joint and a hinge, goes that high up, that far down, so not the best range there. Can turn side to side and slightly tilt. Shoulder should go high up, but mine's actually frozen, so that's disappointing. This one goes that high up. Rotates all the way around. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. It's got a ball joint at the upper diaphragm, so he crunches that far forward, goes that far back. Can turn side to side and slightly tilt. Then another ball joint at the waist, so he crunches that far forward, goes that far back, and twist slightly. Then here's the range of motion without the coat. Legs go that far out, they go that high up, thigh cut, double jointed knees. Ankle doesn't really go high up or down at all, so no range there. But then his ankle's a bit stiff on mine, this one. Alright, that one's better, so some ankle pivots, so it seems like the right side is a bit frozen on my figure. Alright, and here's Cody Rhodes next to Unmatched for MJF. And then here's the MJF head on the suited body, which looks pretty good. Now you do have to cover up that neck tattoo, or if you want to get an extra one, you can always rub that off with acetone, and you've got a suited body. Alright, and now it's time for the Cody Rhodes roll call. So here's the new Unmatched Cody next to Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes, and finally, for now, Cody Rhodes. And to think, there's still another one coming out in the next month, and possibly with the Mattel Creations, another one this year. Actually, I'm not sure when that one's supposed to come out. But still, there are going to be more Codys. Alright, and here's Jade next to Chris Statlander. And then I'm going to show her next to a couple of my personal modern day dream matchups. Sasha Banks, Bianca Belair, And then here she is next to a couple strong women from the WWE, the Glamazon, Beth Phoenix, and finally Chyna. And I really do like the height with these two. I like how Jade is standing at the same height as Chyna, so that looks really cool. Alright, so what are my final thoughts on the Unmatched Cody and Jade? Well, the Cody figure is not too bad. It's nice to have a suited body for Cody, although with the new Mattel Cody figures coming out, both the Ultimate Edition and even that basic, you could probably just wait on those, swap the head, since Mattel has a multitude of different suited body figures. But if you want one specifically for the Jazzwares line, I think this is pretty good. You can put other head sculpts onto this. Yeah, the Cody tattoo will be on the neck, but you can remove that with not that much of a hassle. So I think it's an alright figure, not too bad. Not the best, but still nice to have a suited body. Now Jade Cargill on the other hand, I absolutely love this figure. I think it's amazing. The head sculpt looks really good, the body is good, and I'm sure that's not the last time you're gonna hear someone say that about Jade. The only thing missing really is the TBS Championship belt, which I have a custom one right here. My wife is making those, so if you want one, I'd say buy one from her. But honestly, I think Jade is the best figure from the wave. Yeah, the CM Punk was highly anticipated, and even though I like that figure, it's kind of hard to absolutely love it when there's a QC issue with it. And Jade, I really don't see any issues with this figure. Jade is certainly a figure worth adding to your collection. So if you like this review, go ahead, hit that like button, and subscribe if you want a chance to get a shout out in the next video. Leave a comment down below, just like Booster_45 said. Love the channel lots. Hey, thank you, I appreciate that. Check out my social media to be up to date with all my wrestling figure photography, and I'll see you next time.